well, let it fall, let it fall. Today I don't plan on going outside at all, no. I'm gonna chill.
What's up, guys? Rob from the Crelectors here. We are going to do a comparison between Beckett, GMA, PSA, and CGC slabs. Let me take these out actually. So let's start off with Beckett. The reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of these companies, every company pretty much, are increasing their prices, increasing their turnaround times. No one knows who to go with. No one wants to grade cards. No one wants to wait. I'm going to go through my thoughts on the slabs themselves, and then my thoughts on who you should go with, and my thoughts on if you should even grade your cards. I just finished making a video of our CGC submission. I give some thoughts on that video as well, but I want to go in depth with their cases and just give my thoughts on the company themselves. So we're going to start off with Beckett. I'm actually going to move these over. So Beckett is the top dog when it comes to kind of luxury collectible Pokemon cards. So we have a 9.5 here. We have the subgrades. We have the infamous gold, is it gold? Gold plated Beckett label. We got Beckett right here, and we got the card, which is in a sleeve and in the case. And not many people do that. They don't put us in a sleeve and then within the case. So the card can move around a tiny bit in here. It is protected by the sleeve. I'm not sure if the sleeve is closed on top or not, so it doesn't bang up on the top side right here. But the case itself is thicker. Sorry for the moving. It's the frame over there. It is thicker. It feels great. The label, in my opinion, is very nice on Beckett, and I do like how they are very strict and they give a 10 when they need a 10, when they deserve a 10, and so forth. But overall, this case is very nice. I'm sure it stacks well with other Beckett cases. But overall, I really like this. And to go with Beckett, one, you kind of need a lot of money. Two, they're very high-end cards right now. You don't want to send like a $20, $15 card to get graded. Their submission prices are very expensive. And I would only suggest sending cards here if you know they're going to get a 10 and if it's a high-end card. For example, like the Shiny Charizard VMAX, Rainbow Rare Charizard, Rainbow Rare Pikachu. If you are confident that they are going to get a 9.5 or above, Beckett would be a good place because you do have that chance to get that black label. Other than that, I don't think Beckett is a good place to put your cards. Because it's just not worth it with their price increase. Excuse me. So now we're gonna move over to PSA. PSA, actually, let me put this in the sleeve real quick so I don't forget. The sleeves I'm using are the bigger PSA. No, the bigger, what are these called? I took the label out. Graded card sleeve Ultra Pro. So these fit all of the bigger ones. So BGS and I think CGC is bigger as well. The other ones are the PSA specific bags, and those pretty much just fit PSA because PSA has a slightly smaller size. I think they're a little bit more efficient. So now we're gonna go to PSA. Where is this? It's on the bottom. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I have to get another one of these. That's fine. So for PSA, we get a Gem Mint 10 Charizard V from Darkness Ablaze. These, I am not a fan of the frosted edges, but in PSA, the card is securely in its place. It doesn't have a sleeve around it or anything. It's just in the card holder, which is cool. PSA slab, I mean the PSA label, kind of outdated in my opinion. It's clean, but it's a little bit outdated. It looks old. So does Beckett. All of them do pretty much. I know there's a couple companies like taking advantage of the labels and making them look cool. There needs to be a company or a label change where it's clean, it's modern, and it fits the whole trading card. We got PSA, we got the QR code to scan it in, we got the reflective PSA, we got PSA. I feel like they put PSA too many times on this label, but it is what it is. They're able to fit everything, so it doesn't matter to them. But yeah, so PSA, the frosted edges, they're cool. I'm personally not too big of a fan of them. I do like the all clear case. It is a lot thinner than BGS. I put it in the case already, but it's a lot thinner. It's like almost half the size. They're light. They're not as heavy, and this is going to protect your card pretty well. But there's no weight to it. It's very, very, very light. And so with PSA, their turnaround times are insane. Everyone wants to go with PSA because that's all people know is PSA. PSA is the top dog for prices pretty much for every card. I would say BGS has them beat with the pristines and the perfects and the black labels and everything. But with PSA, they don't have subgrades. So even if it's like a 9.5, they will veer towards a 10 because they don't have to put the subgrades on. And, a 10 is more money, you know what I mean? So it's for PSA, if they added subgrades and changed their label a tiny bit, I think they would, stick along, for a longer time. They've been here for forever. But for Pokemon specifically, I think subgrades are huge. In my personal opinion, I do like subgrades more. But with these increased costs and increased turnaround times, PSA is struggling. And I've sent in a submission in November. I'm not expecting it till this November, if I'm going to be honest. I do like the cases. They're clean. But in my opinion, with the turnaround time and everything, I don't see myself ever sending stuff to PSA until the turnaround time and cost go down, when this kind of blows over a little bit. I believe people aren't going to send to PSA either, just because of, again, the turnaround time and the cost. They're making it so less people send it in because of the increased popularity, increased demand that they have. So hopefully they turn around and they hire more people and they get the turnaround times down a bit, and we can utilize, one of the best graders as a usual. But right now they are kind of slacking with demand. Then we're going to go with CGC. This is a card I just got to make this video and for my collection. Just from taking it out of the case, taking out the protective, thing, this case feels the best. And I like the rounded edges. The weight to it is not too heavy, not too light. It's very, very clear. The card is not in a protective sleeve, and it looks like it fits perfectly, so I don't think it's going to move around too much, if any. The label, for me, it could look better, but I do like blue. Blue is on my tiers of colors, it's higher than red. Blue looks good. The CGC right here kind of is a little bit corny to me. I wish they just put it in the back or something. That doesn't need to be in the front, but that's just me nitpicking it. So we got the CGC hologram right there. We got the barcode, the QR code, and then we got the grade and we got the subgrades. I think the layout of this, all of this, is the one of the best. The name is very well spaced from the subgrades, and then this right here is, you know, it's all spaced out very nice. Beckett is very crammed in my opinion. Sorry, you can't see it. Beckett is very crammed in my opinion. There could be better spacing right there, and so is PSA. I believe these are a little bit crammed as well. PSA a little less than BGS. But I like the spacing on here. I do like their gold labels where it's a perfect 10 or a pristine 10. That's pretty cool. But again, the blue, not my favorite. Could be better. But again, the case itself, this is number one on my list. This case is very, very nice in the hand. And I like the clear cases. So we have those three, and then we have, I wanted to pick a cost-effective option like SGC or something. Actually, I have sports cards from SGC, so I can use that one as well. I'll take those out. But I got a GMA case right here, the stained glass birds. This isn't mine. This is one of my friends, but this is closer to a PSA slab. There's a frosted. There's little indents. It's a little bit thinner, lighter. The thing with GMA is their 10s don't really hold value like PSA because they're known to just give out 10s because they want people to grade with them and get 10s. So I think if they become a little bit more stringent on their grading, and I believe if they add subgrades, they'll do well if they can keep the cost down and the turnaround fast. But then again, like, I don't know, I think this is in some guy's basement, so I'm not too sure about the company itself. I just know their turnarounds are quicker and they're cheaper, and their cards, their 10s don't hold a lot of value. Their label is like a grandpa label. It's very old. To me, that's just too much information. Black Star promo full art hollow. I mean, Black Star promo is pretty good for me. Elite Trainer Box, maybe ETB. Like, there's just too many words on here, in my opinion, and I think that they need to change this whole label and add subgrades and, you know, kind of fix this up a little bit. Maybe a smaller font, condense. I'm not sure. But in terms of their cases, it's very similar to PSA. It does have a sleeve in there. If you can see that little corner, there is a sleeve in there, which, you know, could be extra protective, or it could make the card move a little bit. Whatever you know, to me, it moves around a little bit. And if it's not sealed on the top, so the only thing with this is I wish they would seal the sleeves on the top maybe, so it didn't hit the top when it comes out of the sleeve. But I'm not sure. I'm not sold on GMA. Their labels just make it for me. It's very old. There's a guy, like, it's very sports card esque. I have a Pokemon card, and the logo has a guy swinging a bat. Not my favorite. But in terms of the case quality, it's closer to PSA. So, it's a little wider too. But I would say that's the closest one. So in terms of case quality, BGS is the best quality. CGC is the best overall quality. The slab, the card holder, it's perfectly fit. Label is one of my favorites, and I just like it clear. It doesn't. It's just cleaner to me. So I'm gonna go with CGC slabs as my favorite. In terms of cost, PSA is going to hold the most value in a 10, and the BGS is going to hold the most value in a black.